Hello everyone. I believe US stock market correction had started. The reason I'm thinking that way is because I see bearish butterfly or bearish crab-like patterns in all indexes, right? We see it in S&P and Dow and Nasdaq, right? So that is the reason I'm bearish on US stock market. First of all, I don't think it's a long-term correction. It's a short-term, in my opinion. The reason is it's small pattern, relatively small, right? If you look at the big picture, the stock is still uptrend, right? The index is still uptrend, but there's a tiny pattern here. So I think even if it falls, which I believe, it may get support in this uptrend line, right? Same with the Dow and Nasdaq as well. So that's why I think it's a short-term correction, maybe 2 to 3 months. That's one thing. Another thing is we see this direct diversion, right? The price is rising, index is falling, right? So there's a good chance this pattern may work out, right? So my take is, so let's take a closer look. This one, right? 6764, 6762. So this one was the high, right? So October 9. My take is October 9 was the high, and we got the first drop, big drop. And then it tried to, S&P or stock market in general, tried to recover it, but couldn't do it, right? And then fall again, right? So I'm going to assume this pattern will work, and October 9 is the high, right? So yesterday, to take advantage of this down move, I bought a VIX, right? So I bought ETF for VIX, UVXY. I bought it 1220, right? Somewhere around here. Okay, I bought it there. So yeah, I'll be honest, I wasn't that successful with VIX trading before. So the reason is the direction was correct, but it moved so fast and so violent. The volatility was so high, so I couldn't stay in the trade, right? So this time I'm gonna do a little bit differently, right? So first of all, stop. Stop is basically I'm gonna look at this one. October 9, right? October 9 is high, in my opinion. If S&P goes close above October 9's high, decisively, I'm out, right? I take a loss, right? And here, so that would be probably somewhere around here, right? If it drops. So that's my stop. And my initial target is this one. So my system is very simple, right? So when I see a harmonic pattern, B point is my target, my initial target. Okay. So I'm going to assume S&P will drop at least to here, B point, right? So that's about 50, let's say 5,500, right? So that's my initial target. So I'm going to wait until I'm going to stay in the UVXY trade. At least S&P drops until 5,500, right? So that would be somewhere higher up here, right? So, and then while doing so, I'm going to keep drawing trend line, right? So I don't know yet. So could be, it's gonna make a higher, sharper trend line, right? So something like this. Yeah. So I'm gonna draw a trend line, and I'm gonna basically trail my stop beneath, a little bit beneath the trend line, right? Why I'm doing this one is because I look at the UVXY, the price, right, before, like this one, right? So that's this year, March, April timeframe. So UVXY first made this first move and then pull back, right? There's this tiny trend line. So here, right? And then it made another trend line, sharper angle, like this, right? And when it falls below this trend line, right, it was the end of the move. And similar with this one, so that's February, this February, there's a trend line here, and then a sharper angle here, another trend line. When it falls below this trend line, the move is over, right? So instead of in and out, right, which I wasn't very successful in the past, so I'm gonna do it differently, right? So this time I will stay in the game as long as the UVXY stays above this trend line. I think the trend line is coming. I look at the other time as well, like during COVID time. Let me see if I can do this. It's hard to pinpoint here. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here. Hopefully I can. During COVID time, in fact, I actually traded at this time. Sorry. Yeah, it also made, I think, 3 angles, right? So first trend line, second, and third. And when it drops below that, it was the end of the move, right? I was in and out, but I didn't make much money, right? So yeah, so that's why I'm gonna do it differently this time. Okay. So that's my plan. Okay. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.